So we're starting summer school.
Things going better for y'all.
I don't think enough people are saying this shit.
These are just our ideas.
Maybe we should all be a little bit more self-aware and a little bit less delusional.
What do we know?
What the fuck could we possibly know?
Hey, look, get your shit together.
But let me stay focused.
All right, and welcome back to The Reason They Should Have Never Gave You Niggas Microphones. I'm Lolo.
I'm Big Shot Shay.
And I'm Lex Boogie.
And this is Let Me Stay Focused, the podcast. Woo! What a time to be alive. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yes, welcome.
Listen, tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so my name is Lex. I am the owner of In Black Love We Trust, which is a card game to help people with relationships, navigating healthy communication while you're dating, if you're in a relationship or if you're married, to deepen your connections with people and actually get off your phones and really get a chance to get to know each other on a deeper level.
Oh, that's dope. I need to check that out.
Yeah, thank you.
Isn't it
I
beautiful?
need that.
Listen, that is amazing. And I think more people should buy these card games instead of fighting in front of the gas station by my house. You know what I mean? They just be out there doing that. I don't think there's any sort of self-awareness or checking in.
Or listening to a bunch of relationship gurus on TikTok that are a bunch of frauds, but you know.
Oh man, the relationship gurus, I feel like I've successfully not interested my way out of that section.
I'm still working
except
on it.
for Shira 7.
Yeah.
Listen, sprinkle.
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 It's certain people I'll watch, their content, but it is kind of oversaturated.
Yep.
And it's like, are y'all even in relationships or are y'all just talking? A lot of these
90% of
people,
them
they
are
just
just
sitting in
talking.
their car
Oh, we.
talking.
Or in the barbershop.
Or it's Derek Jackson and he got his girl putting hexes on people because he done took off. That was awful.
That was crazy. You're telling people what they need to do in relationships while you're cheating on your wife is crazy.
Yeah, that
Isn't
was.
that what most people were telling you?
Yes, I could call a few out by name. I really could. But,
I was watching the Ashley Madison documentary, and the fact that they didn't even think he was cheating until the very end, the CEO of a company that helps you have affairs,
Yeah.
is insane. And he had that woman on Good Morning America.
that's crazy. And he's still alive.
Yeah.
That shit embarrassing.
That's actually a story for another day. But if someone hacks you and says, we don't even want any money, we have the name of all your clients, and we're going to put them on the internet, why would you argue with them? Just shut the cheating website down.
Yeah, just shut it down.
Then they were like, but what happened? Y'all said it was secure. And they revealed that people had made the lock symbols and stuff on Microsoft Paint and just put 100% secure.
Oh, that's crazy.
But there wasn't really
But it
any
wasn't
security.
really secure.
Got all that money and didn't even secure your website is crazy.
It was a different time.
Yeah.
People just thought,
Yeah.
just vibes.
That was a crazy situation.
You know what? Being alive during that time, but not the target audience, being young enough where it's that has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
I realize now, how crazy it was. Politicians caught.
Yeah.
YouTuber couple caught. Because it's you paid. There was no way around that. That's exactly what you went up there to do. Anyways, I have honorable mentions since we've been speaking about a bunch of people who are unhonorable. Do y'all have any guesses?
Charlemagne the God.
No.
Not this week, okay.
It's Plies. So, y'all know when Plies get mad and holler at the camera in his car?
Yeah, I think it's hilarious.
This is his most recent one.
They come on, this whole Kamala thing, I don't know if America's there yet. America there yet? It ain't about it for motherfucking America there yet. It's about it we motherfucking there yet. I don't know if a white man will vote for a black woman. That's his motherfucking business. We ain't canceling no motherfucking cookout, though. I tell you that. You can motherfucking come over here and join the motherfucking cookout, or you can stay your motherfucking ass home. But we ain't canceling no motherfucking cookout, I know that. We got all the motherfucking baked beans and potato salad you motherfucking want. You can come over here, have a motherfucking good time, or you can stay your motherfucking ass, or go to that motherfucking cookout. 45 of them having a motherfucking cookout over there too. They probably feel exactly how you motherfucking feel. All these motherfucking years, a woman was able to vote for a motherfucking man, especially a woman of color, was able to vote for a white man. Bill Clinton, all of them. Now all of a sudden this motherfucking problem for the white man to vote for a sister? What kind of shit is that? If that's the motherfucking case, the sister ain't the motherfucking problem. It's motherfucking him. Wanna hear that shit? I'm here for 2 motherfucking reasons. God first, my motherfucking mama. And she wasn't just here to nurture me. She strapped the motherfucking boots up, went to work, 3-4 jobs, and took care of me and my motherfucking brother. Don't come tell me about no women can't run shit.
He ain't lying.
Motherfucking women out here doing their thing. Motherfucking Oprah Winfrey and Rihanna and motherfucking Alice Walton over there worth $72 billion at Walmart. Fucking Karen Lynch, founder of CBS. I don't want to hear that shit. Y'all don't want them to be able to motherfucking run that. That's the motherfucking problem. Motherfucking the white man. Ain't nobody don't want to hear that shit. This ain't the motherfucking 1920s no motherfucking more. You could get come to the motherfucking cookout or you don't. Oh, we ain't finna motherfucking cancel it. All these motherfucking years we came to y'all motherfucking cookout. We ain't like what y'all motherfuckers selling. Motherfucking raisins and all that shit in that motherfucking potato salad. But we still motherfucking came.
First of all,
funny.
when are black people gonna stop with this whole cookout thing?
I hate the cookout thing. I've never been a fan.
Stop inviting people to the cookout.
We let them cook long enough to make a good point. But I do think that there should be no such invites
At all.
Yes, I agree. It's crazy, but
Raisins and potato salad is nasty work though.
that's
That was
also
hysterical.
That was hysterical.
Also cringe.
Crazy.
I know y'all was like, where he going? Until he was like, and all these women on top of their shit. So I love when Plies hollers in the car, period. There's something about it. I just love it.
And they think that he's just a hood booger.
Yeah.
That man has a whole college degree.
But he was beside himself about misogyny. And he set that camera up and said, let me tell
He
y'all
said,
something.
And another motherfucking thing.
And so that is why Plies is honorable mention.
I love him.
Best veneers in the game, in my opinion.
Definitely. They're not too like
Yeah,
they're not too big.
He was the really one that bought the fucking shit. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody taking their grills off and getting their teeth done. Like he started that shit.
Yo,
His
I remember
Abby
when
is a
everybody
picture of
was,
his teeth.
I remember when everybody first started saying like, yo, he looked like Kirk Franklin's like evil twin. And when him and Kirk Franklin started running with that, I said,
I think
no.
Kirk Franklin is the evil twin.
Really?
Have we ever considered that Plies might be the good twin?
He might be because
We heard that voicemail. You left your son,
right.
Kirk.
I was just about to say that because we heard
that voicemail just proved how black he is. That's all that did. Because his son deserved that.
Listen, don't call my damn phone. I pay the bill.
My mother didn't cuss me out for less. You know how West Indian parents are.
Yeah, and once I read the little, delete.
Right. Thank God they transcribe messages now.
Right.
Don't know what that was about.
Oh, you called me? I ain't even see it.
Oh,
I didn't see it as one of the best things that's ever happened to me.
Yeah. Oh, my phone was on silent. I ain't hear the phone ring.
Especially with older people, because they so confused by the phones and everything.
Yeah, because they think the phones and the
They're
iPads
like,
are
yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Like my mom stayed arguing with me. My mother has had every single iPhone. My mother is 63 and has argued me down that her iPad and her iPhone are not the same. And I just be like, all right, you got it.
Listen, even when you be like, oh, no, I didn't see that. My phone must be messing up. They be like, yeah, my phone messing up too. Ain't nothing wrong with the phone.
Oh,
I think I need to do a software update. Ain't no update, Ma.
My grandma bought her MacBook over here today. What's wrong? It won't let me in. Well, what's the password?
man, that ain't no joke, man.
She was locked out the MacBook. Then we got to the Apple ID reset, and she kept clicking it. I'm like, I got to put you on my Wi-Fi. She kept clicking it, and then it
locked her
disappeared
out.
and went back to the password screen. I said, you know what? And now you're doomed. And she's like, well, I knew you couldn't fix it. We was on the path. We was on the road to victory. They let us down.
Gotta love the older generation.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a task, you know.
They also are usually Hotep
But-
of the week, though. Is your Hotep old?
Is my Hotep old people?
Is the person older?
Oh, no, actually, my Hotep is
Damn.
The officer who killed Sonya Massey.
That's a good one.
I don't even know his name.
Hold on, let me pull it up. His name is like Sean. Her name was Sonya, and his name was Sean.
I just made sure I got her name.
Sean Grayson.
Sean Grayson.
Don't give that motherfucker a job.
Yeah, like that was some sick shit.
They said he worked at 6 different departments in the last 4 years.
That's crazy.
That's insane. Cause there's no way, like,
I'm just like at a point where you can almost just repost to your story and show up to the vigils, but they're hard to keep up with.
Yeah, they are.
It's just like there's no explanation for like why it keeps happening, bro. Because it didn't have to go that way.
It's just
it shouldn't have went that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like, of course, we done had these conversations. You know, like,
it's
and it feels kind of like a disservice to her because it's like, you know, it's just another.
Yeah, the whole like acting like people are martyrs. They didn't choose to die for these causes.
Right.
Like if you would have asked George Floyd or Ahmaud Arbery or Breonna Taylor or now Sonya, hey, would you rather just continue living your life or like be a symbol for the black community's plight at the hands of the police? I don't think that they would choose the latter.
Right. Like, of course we want to, you know, say their names and remember their names because, you know, they are the plight, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, it's
not by choice though.
Right. It's like, it fucking sucks that it has to be that way. Like, we literally had to watch this shit online happen. Like,
yeah.
And now, because before, you know, when these type of murders would go like viral, like they didn't have like the body cams at first, like they didn't have all of this.
Rodney King was because someone was testing their camera.
Like,
so what?
Rodney King was because someone bought a new camcorder and was like, I want to test this out, and then was like, what is that?
And then recorded the whole thing.
And it's like, now we have the body cams and it don't even really matter. Like,
and it just sucks because, you know, a lot of people have become desensitized.
Yeah, no, I mean, can't desensitize me because I ain't watched a single one of these videos since they came out. I've never seen any of them.
Yeah, I didn't even watch the latest one that's been circulating on TikTok. And what is really heartbreaking is just seeing so many black people like saying, oh, well, she did this, she did that. And I'm just like, how many people gotta die at the hands of the police before we really understand that
it don't matter.
It don't matter what she did. It doesn't matter what he did.
Yeah,
they weren't a threat to anybody.
It's just crazy.
Now children have to grow up without their mother. Another child has to grow up without their father.
Exactly. Before because I know that can be a damper before we get into lyrics and lessons, I forgot a part of my shout out to Plies, which is that he then got on Twitter and said, Obama looked out for a white man, in parentheses, Biden, as if we didn't know that, and lended him a helping hand and pulled him up. That same white man returned the favor to a black woman and pulled her up. That's what America is supposed to be about. It wasn't called DEI when Obama did it for a white man. It was called a smart move.
He cooked.
They pissed him off. I don't know which news he was watching.
Probably Fox.
Listen, I don't even know if he could. I think it would be like rapper Plies hospitalized from heart attack if he tried to watch any Fox News. The only time I watched Fox News was after Trump got indicted. Yo, them people were bright red.
They need to
They was upset.
They was
bring him on
pissed.
CNN as like a I forgot what they.
Like a correspondent.
Yeah.
Y'all remember when they had was it CNN when they had Cameron up there?
I think it was CNN.
No, not this. I'm not talking about the second time. I'm talking about the very first time he was up there years ago.
Oh no, I ain't seen
Y'all gotta
that.
watch it.
It sounded like he probably did something that they was like, we gonna wait a few years on that one, and the second they let him back in there,
Nah, they didn't do their research because if they did their research, they wouldn't have asked him to come back.
That's
to talk about
crazy.
Diddy.
That's crazy. Yeah,
That was crazy.
Because I didn't even know there was the first time. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
they
I'll show it
always
to you.
getting the wrong person for
Like,
the
why
job.
y'all ain't asked Mace? Why y'all had Cam said, I don't know about this nigga. Why y'all asking me? And then y'all got mad at him. We started like talking crazy.
I want to know what Mace
Y'all
is.
brought a man from Harlem
Mace is
to be up there.
I want to know what Mace's sister looks like so bad. So bad.
Wow.
Really?
It's always bothered me.
Mace's sister?
What does Baby Stace look like?
Probably him.
If you Google it, she don't pop up. Mace pops up. We know she exists. What the fuck does she look like?
I have no
I didn't
idea.
expect this to be a part of the episode, but also Mace is on Take Me There off the Rugrats soundtrack.
He is.
Like, he says if me and my twin was there, it would have been surreal. Me and my twin would have been just like Phil and Lillard. Some shit like that. Because he's a twin.
Oh, he's
what
a
the
twin?
fuck does Baby... Yes, he's a twin. He has a twin sister named Stace. And they call her Baby Stace.
She probably want to live a regular life.
What does she look like? Please.
She probably looked like him with a lace front.
If you send me a picture, I'll just look at it. I won't share it.
She probably on his Instagram.
This been bothering me my whole life.
She probably hiding in plain sight.
She's not hiding in plain sight. She's hiding from me. And I'm not going to do nothing to you, Stace. But I also have my lyric and lesson, which is where we give a lyric and you get a lesson. Do y'all have any guesses for this one? It's not Mace. It is an older rapper, though.
Joe Budden?
I only know one Joe Budden song, I think.
It's an older rapper.
Said
Master
an
P.
older rapper.
How many Master P songs do I know?
A lot.
Make him say,
Nah, nah, nah.
I know that one.
You know Mr. Ice Cream Man.
I don't think I do.
There's no way you don't. You went to Norfolk State. You don't know Mr. Ice Cream Man.
I went for my master's.
Oh,
I went. I
but you went.
took my class and I left. In the middle of the night.
Shout out to the Spartan Legion. Shout out to the Spartan Legion.
Yeah, behold.
The green to go.
Y'all went for the fun part. I went for the,
Yeah.
wow, you really came back, huh?
Well, I barely got out of that bitch, so. yeah.
I have, hey, you want work with me? I'm going to tell you one time, don't fuck with me. Get down, because I ain't got nothing to lose. I'm having a bad day. Don't make me take it out on you.
Ludacris.
Yeah.
Shout out to Luda. Christopher Bridges.
Oh,
I think Ludacris is a slept-on rap name. Ludacris and, like, Glorilla, I think, is really good, too. I think people take those for granted.
yeah. The ones that play on their names.
Yeah. Those are good. But what I got from that is emotional intelligence is very important. Far too many people are like taking shit out on the wrong people. And then when you're like, hey, what the fuck you doing this to me for? They talking about their circumstance. I don't fucking want to hear about that. I don't care what you got going on. Why are you treating me bad? People have to be accountable, all of us included, for your own actions.
For sure.
I'm having a bad day. Don't make me take it out on you. I'm warning you, don't fuck with me. Sometimes
That sound like
you
a
gotta
boundary
give
to me.
people that.
That sound like a boundary to me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's a good lesson.
Get back, motherfucker. You don't know me like that.
Yo, when he used to have them like oversized them Air Forces.
Yeah. I thought of this song after I almost got into an argument. No, I did get into an argument. No, I didn't. In the parking garage of the Main earlier today. Because I was trying to go get my global entry. And this guy was hollering at this lady in the parking garage. And then he was, I guess, lifting food into a wheelbarrow or whatever. So he comes in the building after me. He got the heavy-ass wheelbarrow. You think I held the door for that, man?
Hell no.
To hell with you. And when he opened the door and he was like, wow, thanks. I said, I wouldn't hold the fucking door for you if you was on fucking fire after how you spoke to that lady.
Oh,
He was like, fuck you. I'm like, at least I'm not dragging a wagon of food in a fucking apron. I don't work here. I got to get to the customs building. And I walked the fuck away.
You ate with that.
Fuck him.
dragging a wagon.
It had food in it.
That's crazy.
Fuck him. And then on the way out, the parking lady who sits at the desk was like, I'm going to walk you to your car. He ain't shit. So clearly you up there harassing people all the time.
And he picked the right motherfucker on the wrong day.
Yeah.
I got to get to the customs building. I want global entry. And my TSA pre-check is expiring. Get the hell out my way.
Got things to do, places to go, things to see.
And it was hot.
Yeah, it was definitely hot today. It was definitely hot.
Very much so. What is your lyric?
So mine is a little bit sentimental, but it's sunny days. Everyone loves them. Can you tell me, can you stand the rain? And the reason why I chose that because, you know, I'm a lover of R&B music, connoisseur, but people love listening to R&B music and they love singing these lyrics, but they really don't know what they mean. And when it comes to relationships, people are only excited and only want to put in the effort when the times are good. But when you're actually going through things, they're ready to dip out and you know, just leave the relationship. Now, I'm not talking about like if the relationship's toxic or, you know, DV or anything like that. But if you have a problem, people lack the emotional capacity and the intelligence to know how to effectively communicate to work through the issues, and they just ready to up and dip. So that's really asking you, like, are you going to be here? It's like 21 Questions by 50 Cent before that came out.
Yeah.
That's deep. I like that.
Snap, 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 snap.
Yeah, because I'm the people who be listening and don't know what the fuck's going on. I realized Lil Wayne was saying she wants to lick the rapper, like, recently.
Yeah, but, like, it was like a double entendre.
Yeah, I realized that recently. That song came out in, like, 2006.
That's crazy.
It's been a long 20
crazy.
years for me to go, oh.
That's what he meant.
Yeah.
Shout out to Weezy.
I do know about that song, though, because I'm from Massachusetts. Much like New Edition.
Yes, yes.
And people still act like they don't know we got black people.
It is funny.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
it's like a subpopulation. It's like
It's
Massachusetts,
not.
and then there's black people.
But I feel
Bobby
like
Brown doesn't seem like the nigga of all niggas to you?
He's the nigga of all niggas.
And
it's
And they
black
all
people
lived in the
everywhere.
same projects, though.
there
Subset.
was different projects.
There were different projects. But it's like
You
when
don't
people hear
remember
Massachusetts.
when Benzino was like, I met Coy's mom in the Mission Hill projects. Another nigga of all niggas. Niggatry happening.
It's
Massachusetts.
a lot of niggatry.
Yeah.
A lot of niggatry.
There's some niggas everywhere though. So
Yo, did y'all know there's niggas in Alaska?
yeah.
I, don't know
I
what
seen
the
that
hell
on
they
TikTok.
doing.
I said, why y'all in Alaska? And how y'all surviving? You know, like,
Yeah,
cold as
they
fuck.
might be a minority.
I used to have a coworker that lived there.
like you military, I get it. You don't have a chance, like have
I
no
don't like
choice,
it's
but-
10 o'clock at night, it's bright as hell outside. I don't like stuff
Er-
like that.
Yo, everybody has blackout curtains. Got to.
I was thinking
too.
that. That's probably like, they're probably cheaper there because you need them.
Yep.
Yeah, they probably come with the crib. For real.
That's
They
funny.
install like dark shades.
That's true.
Real estate agents are like, and here we are in the 6-bedroom house, 4 bathrooms, fully equipped with blackout curtains because it's always sunny. The sun is always up.
If I was a real estate agent, I'd just keep that info under my hat.
Or as a closing gift, get them blackout curtains.
Yeah. Well, I got a lyric.
Woo!
The lyric is, ever since I got money, I got an attitude. Can't be no broke bitch, I might get mad at you. Can't be no broke baby, I might get mad at you. And that song is called Attitude by Don Toliver. But it's a real good song. Like, obviously, it doesn't sound good with me reading it, but I feel like the lesson here is, like, more money, more problems. Making more money, like, means, like, more stress, more expenses. And I feel like once you reach a certain level, it'll irritate your soul, your spirit, like, to be around, like, people who are not, like, on what you're on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Especially if they're not adding, like, any value, you know, to your life or to, like, them being around. So yeah, you get mad at that person and be like, why are you even, like, around? Like, why are you here?
Yeah, that's like them people you call and order a pizza. They be like, get some wings. That'd be those people. And they don't ever pay you for the wings. They just eat them all.
I'm going to pay you back next Friday.
Yeah.
Or they don't even offer to pay you back at all.
I'm going to start requesting. I've had enough. The buck stops here.
Definitely don't offer to pay you back at all.
When I start requesting shit on Cash App, you're going to have to block me.
Right. Cash App, Apple Pay, Venmo.
Because it's going to remind you every so often, you have a request. And just when you think it's gone after 30 days, I'm going to send another one. And I'm going to put 2 in parentheses. You know how if you download the same file twice? It's me again.
Oh, wait. Not you keeping count.
I have Let Me Stay Focused, which is our topic of the week. And originally I wanted to talk about trad wives. And I was just looking on threads for shit about trad wives. And this
I'm sorry, what?
Trad wives, so like the traditional wives, like they're like, quit your job, stay at home.
I wish I could.
Yeah, they're not having a good time. But I came across this thread that had absolutely nothing to do with trad moms. And I guess want to see how y'all reacted to it. So I'm not going to give any context on what I think.
Okay.
I'm just going to read it. But this is from a mom. I'm not going to read her child's name, even though she posted her child's name. I'm just going to say kid. I was disinvited from a friend's home. Friend. Quote.
People use that term so loosely.
Friend's home because of kid's erratic behavior due to his autism. The girl has a 10-month-old and kid slapped her baby in the forehead at a birthday party over the weekend. I get it. I was not expecting that. In fact, I left the birthday party immediately following the incident. I left feeling humiliated and kid left not knowing why we were leaving abruptly. What I didn't expect was a long, I think she means thorough text message that would be exiling us from her home indefinitely. If I were in her shoes, I would have communicated this differently. I would have never made her feel like they could help it. I would have never communicated this via text. This experience has taught me that not everyone communicates the same. I think what this made me realize also, even when another mom says my kid has autism too, I may have to start following up with what level of autism so I can avoid feeling like shit when my son starts showing his level. Anyways, it resulted in me being blocked after telling her she could keep kids' Crocs I left while in a rush to leave the birthday party. Oh yeah, I was so disheveled that poor kid left barefoot to the car. She says kid here. Poor kid was completely unaware of what just happened, and I didn't have the heart to tell him. It was one of the few birthday parties we've been invited to since we're not invited to many. Well, because of incidents like this.
As a mom, I understand both sides. But I also think that a text message was not the right way to deliver the message, because tone can't be determined via text message. And she already said she already feels like shit because I don't have an autistic child. But I can only imagine what that mother has to go through day in and day out when they're lashing out. Like, what if they're nonverbal? Like,
yeah, they are nonverbal.
So the child is nonverbal. They don't know how to properly communicate, right? Mm-hmm. I don't want to be the mom that's like, well, what exactly happened in that situation? Like, you know, kids will be kids. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes, like, he's 8. One kid, he's 8 years old. Another kid made a hit him, and he made a hit back. But nobody sees the kid that made a hit first. Mm-hmm. They see the person that reacted, and because they saw the reaction. And because they know that he has autism, and because they know that they react that way, it amplifies the situation. I think if they're friends, that should have been a conversation that they could have had over the phone, over coffee or something at a neutral place, Starbucks, something public. Because when you go to Starbucks or you go somewhere else, you being aware of your surroundings will help you with proper communication because you don't want to be too loud. You're very mindful of, certain things that some people are very mindful of what comes out their mouth. Yeah. Some people don't give a fuck where they are. But I don't agree with the communicating via text message part. Because you don't know how people mean things via text message.
Yeah.
So that's just my 2 cents that nobody asked for.
I asked for it. What do you think?
I pretty much agree, but I don't have kids. So, but I would imagine that kid who was autistic smacked the other friend's baby, right?
Yeah,
that's
the baby is 10 months.
And the baby's 10 months. Yeah, I would be like, God damn, like, you know what I'm saying? How do you handle that situation? Yeah. Like, that's my baby, like, and your 8-year-old son just smacked the shit out.
But for real, where was the parent though? Like, your 10-month-old is playing around with 8-year-olds? Like, that doesn't even make sense.
I think the 10-month-old was probably like sitting somewhere.
Yeah.
And I think if they went over there for a birthday party, I'm assuming the mother of the 10-month-old has more than one child.
Yeah, and the 8-year-old was probably overstimulated. I don't know, but
because I'm like, were you watching an 8-year-old?
Right. That, like, where were the parents when this stuff was going on?
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, if you know your child is autistic to a certain level where like they need to be watched,
or go to the birthday party with someone. Like if another adult goes with you, okay, y'all can tag team and take turns. Like, you're engaging with the adults because that mom we don't know all the details of the situation. Yeah. Mom could be a single mom. She doesn't really have any help. This might be one of the only times that she has adult interaction with other parents, right?
Yeah.
But if she was able to go to that party with someone else, they really could have tag team, like, okay, can you just watch to make sure that he doesn't lash out? If he looks like he's overstimulated, do X, Y, Z. Like,
yeah.
But hindsight is 2020,
right? That's why I do feel like they could have had a conversation, like, if that was really her friend, like, because you're not gonna like block your friend because of that, like, if that's your real friend.
I just felt like that baby, like, where were you at? Like, where were you?
I feel like I'm gonna get burned at the stake, but your kid slapped my fucking baby. Get the fuck out. Period. Like, what made you slap a 10-month-old baby? You know what I'm saying? I feel like texting you instead of just never inviting you again was the communication. And you're on Threads, not even Twitter, minimalizing the fact that my 10-month-old baby was slapped by your 8-year-old child. Like, all you want to talk about is how you felt or what you had going on or how you were already humiliated.
But that's all she really can talk about, though. She can't talk about, she can't speak for the other person and their feelings.
But I feel like that's the message.
Being around, like, oh, you texted me that we're uninvited, as opposed to what? Just no longer inviting you? You already said you don't get invited nowhere. And my question is, why is that?
Yeah, you probably don't have no control over your kid.
My 10-month-old is in my 10-month-old's house. You've brought your child who you know can't communicate.
But did the friend know that before? Is what I like.
Yes.
See.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if that's really your friend, that's like, I can't see you stop being friends with. I can see you being, very upset about it. And like, girl, like, if you don't check your son, if you don't, what I'm saying, start to, take care of his needs in a way to where he can interact with other people or not bring him around, I don't feel like you should, like, just end the friendship, though. But, yeah, I probably wouldn't invite you.
She said she was just disinvited from a friend's home because of child's erratic behavior due to his autism.
I also think, too, that people have a very common tendency to harbor a lot of feelings that they have and wait for situations like this, and now they're going to tell you everything that they feel about you. Because if you know that this is a reoccurring issue, why would you still invite her to the party with her kid?
Probably because every other reoccurring issue that she's responded to is in this way that's like, yeah, I get it, your baby was slapped, but you couldn't have called me on the phone to tell me I can't come by your house anymore. She says, the girl has a 10-month-old and kid slapped her baby in the forehead at a birthday party over the weekend. I get it. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You smack my fucking baby, I know I'm gonna be pissed. That's an 8-year-old, and he probably
You're
got
lucky
super
you didn't
strong.
get
That
at the
child don't
party.
even know that they're 8
This
years
is
old,
why
though.
they don't fucking invite you. Like, I just feel like, and I'm not even a parent, if I see a child, like, think about the optics of the size of an 8-year-old compared to a 10-month-old. I'm blacking out.
Yeah. See, my daughter's 6, so
In the forehead, so bang, right in their face.
yeah, I when my daughter was that young, I wasn't the parent that just drops a kid off and, is not aware of a situation that's happening.
Yeah.
But every parent is different. There's no rule book on what to do in a situation if you never experienced it before.
'Cause she's
but
there.
My issue with her is if you know that you went to another party and had issues with your son and his behavior, does he have a counselor? What are you doing? And why couldn't you just go to the party support and say, hey, thank you for inviting us, drop off the gift and go?
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I was disinvited from a friend's home because of Blank's erratic behavior due to his autism. Even if you do not have autism and you're frequently behaving erratically somewhere, that person has the right to tell you,
no,
you can't do that in here, man. And I just feel like this was so rooted in, like, I do feel bad for her son. Absolutely.
He has no idea what he's doing.
Exactly. But that doesn't change the fact that I'm trying to have a birthday party for my kid, and your kid has come in here and slapped a 10-month-old. That baby, like, we don't even know if that baby is walking.
Right.
Like, that's a baby. And your response to, I can imagine your response to that thought out text that was like, hey, we can't have you in the home anymore. How dare you text this to me? Now I have an issue with you.
But I think that it should have still been a phone conversation. I really think that it could have been a face-to-face conversation.
Your kid slapped my baby, you gonna know you're not coming back here.
Yeah, I mean, like
for sure. I'm not discrediting that at all. I'm just talking about the way of communication.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a firm believer in certain conversations you just don't have via text message.
I mean, it's better than at the birthday party in front of all the kids, because I would have blacked out.
I think that she should have
This
had
kid
it.
just slapped my baby. It wouldn't have been a conversation either. It would have been.
Yeah, like I feel like if they are
This sounds like
supposed
white
to be
people problems.
I just feel like you're.
Yeah.
She's black though, and I feel like you're so invested in expressing to social media that you were wronged by this text message, that there's no like, hey, because her response is just basically like, well, he can't help it.
But that's true though. He can't. He's not aware of.
And you knew that when
anything.
you brought him.
And I think that she probably should have just respectfully declined the invitation and sent the gift card. You can send electronic gift cards. Like, she could have avoided whatever erratic situation that could have happened. That did happen.
It's just, there's no sort of like, and here's how I also held my child accountable to some degree for, hey, you can't slap a baby in the forehead.
I don't think that like, for context purposes of the story, clearly there's a lot of pieces missing to this story. Clearly, it's a lot of stuff missing. And I'm not even talking about the other parent of the 10-month-old. I'm talking about the parent of the autistic child. Because she literally thought that was a safe space for her to go on Threads, say how she felt about the situation. But as we're talking about, we're talking about accountability of an 8-year-old. What does she do to hold her child accountable? Why is she not, being empathetic or apologetic about what her son did? It's like how
dare you text this to me?
Yeah.
Someone commented or responded, what is it called on Threads? So if he's not invited because of incidents like that, then that means he has a pattern of hitting other children. It is your responsibility to watch your child, autistic or not, and make sure that he's not hitting babies. Don't blame the other parent for protecting her 10-month-old. Also, you should probably teach him right from wrong. Autism doesn't excuse him from putting his hands on a baby. A response
I agree
to that
to a certain
was,
extent.
Whoa, hostility. I was watching him. To imply I wasn't is wild. Check your ego.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't know what end of the spectrum this child is on, because the autism spectrum could be, nonverbal to a limited amount of, I don't know much. I know people that have
context,
autism.
my son is 8 and still in diapers. If I could just tell him to stop peeing on himself and use the toilet, I'm sure he would. This is a different, in all caps, level of autism.
She shouldn't have brought her son. I feel like she really just shouldn't have went. And then all of this could have been avoided. She wouldn't have been uninvited. But then on the flip side of that, of being a parent of a special needs child, you want your child to have normal experiences and things like that. But now you feel like you're isolated because your child has autism. But if you're not...
She got to find some...
She got to find her own type of... I'm not trying to say like... She got to find her own community. And I'm not saying that kids with autism cannot function around...
Yeah.
I don't want to say normal kids. That's not what I...
Yeah.
It's one of them things. It's like talking about
kids.
Yeah, like, non-special needs children. It's... my heart goes out to parents that have special needs kids. That shit ain't no walk in the park. I'm glad my kid is... I mean, she got some shit with her.
Yeah.
She got her mama's attitude. You know how Olivia is. But I'm just glad that I don't have to deal with the burden of what society looks at.
I feel bad for her child, but I don't think that I feel bad for her. If I'm being honest. Like, again, there's a slapped 10-month-old here. And you are so beside yourself that somebody texted you about this.
Instead of being like,
I minimalized the fact that this, like,
happened. Yeah.
Someone was like, you're making this small potatoes. If he hit that child hard enough and he is not in control.
That child could have got a concussion.
Right. That's something like
could have been bleeding.
We don't know how hard he hit him, but.
Yeah.
So, and then for her to say, I think what this made me realize also even when other moms say my kid has autism too, I may have to start following up with what level autism so I can avoid feeling like shit when my son starts showing his level. That's not about the kid either. That's about how you look.
But society has put her as a parent in that situation. Because
yes, but
it's
also,
like
if I have a kid with autism and I say, oh, my kid has autism too, what level?
But no, I don't think that's what she's saying. I think she's saying that because the spectrum is so wide, so one child can have, I don't know. I guess the level of autism that he has with having the erratic behaviors. Then you have a kid that has autism, but it's not that severe. You can't really relate to what she deals with on a regular basis because y'all children are on two different ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably what she was trying to say, but didn't articulate it that way. No, but I could just be projecting.
No, I get why she's saying it, but why the hell does that matter? Why does my child's level of autism have to do with, we're both moms of autistic children?
Because it's not, because she's saying it's not the same. I think that's really what she's trying to say is because there's so many different levels on the spectrum, it's just not the same. Because if she's trying to find somebody that she can relate to as far as the situation and the severity of it, you can't relate to somebody that is like that has autism that's not nonverbal.
I agree with what you're saying, but I think that she is asking that question in an effort to make excuses for like the behavior instead of saying, here is what it is, and saying, hey, you're inviting my son to your party. We would love to come. Here's what that looks like and here's what that means. Because even her saying that in the context of that story makes me believe, and I can't, it's just a thread, but it sounds like if she's saying it about this story in the birthday party, that the people who invited her also have children with autism.
I just think,
I didn't get that.
I don't know if I got
She
that.
said the
but I do
situation
feel
also
like-
makes her want to ask that.
I feel like has she said anything about the level of help that she has, or like?
She said she told him it was inappropriate and he looked at her like he didn't understand.
It sounds like she's not
She
utilizing.
probably doesn't understand what type of autism her kid has.
I think she needs help. Like, she needs a specialist to like come in and sit with them, and like, cause they have services like that.
I think part of the problem too is like getting approved to be able to utilize those services. Like, it goes into insurances and all of these things, and do you have Medicaid and certain ABA in-home counseling. If you got TRICARE, you can't get those services.
Yeah.
So like, I agree with you. I think she needs help.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
I just think that
I know there are like, it's you have to really try to, it's about who you know really, because like I know some people that were able to like get help with their kids like through services that like they didn't really have to pay for, but it's just about actually going out there and trying to find help.
And then sometimes people are just way too prideful and don't want to ask for help. And then, like you said, use it as an excuse for people to feel sorry for them and their situation, but they're not doing nothing to help themselves.
And I'm looking at this, like, I'm looking at her account, and it seems like a bunch of, how do I deal with, having the child with the worst type of autism. Like, it's almost dismissive to folks with children on different ends of the spectrum, which I think is just disappointing. Like, people are so quick to say, and I quote, in quotes, inclusivity when it relates to autism, when the autism isn't a superpower, doesn't come with bionic memory or some sort of artistic expression, it is then ostracized, demonized, and exiled. Include all versions of autism, even when autism can't be contained in a box. This whole thing about Asperger's here. It just seems like I don't think that she should have told this story, because I don't think that she's prepared for people to like ask questions and have conversations, to be honest.
And then it's also hard too when you open up that can of worms to talk about autism and people don't have any experience with autism, but they have an opinion.
I'm always fighting my tears in public areas with my kid. Of course, I'm not embarrassed of my son with autism, and it's not Asperger's or the autism that is acceptable. Like,
I don't know what that means.
I just think that it's
Because you have some kids that have autism that are more on like the creative side, that are like musically inclined, but common sense is just not common to them, But then
that
you have,
doesn't make it less difficult for those parents, and I think that's what's like.
But she can't speak for, it's more socially acceptable for that type of autism. I think that's what she's saying. That because her son has such a extreme form of autism, her experience is different from theirs. I don't think that she's trying to. I'm not getting that she's trying to like diminish other people's experiences. I just think that she's trying to isolate. Specifically, I'm talking about the experiences with his erratic behavior.
But I feel like if you are of the belief that this is like the most extreme, why did you bring your child? Why did you let that child get that close to a 10-month-old baby? Like, there's so much missing in the middle.
That's what I said earlier,
we're going to discuss. It just seems weird. And then it's like, I was blocked by a friend that felt like I was disposable. Your friend didn't think you were disposable. You were very specific about what the friend requested of you. And that was to not come to her house anymore. You didn't get blocked until you started arguing about why did you text me this? You're making me feel bad.
She needs a therapist.
Her whole Threads account, I've never seen. And then it's like her is the hippie mom. The bio is just a writer sharing stories about autism, single motherhood, herbalism.
Yeah,
so the question about the services that she's seeking out or participating in.
Yeah, I think she need like an aid, or something, because I think maybe she was just frustrated.
Yeah, I think she was just trying to get her shit off. She was just trying to express herself, and it just didn't come out the way that it would have been acceptable to the masses.
Yeah. She wanted to stay and have one, and her son fucked it up, and you know what I'm saying? She's like, man. But
overall, the whole situation is just fucked up.
I have to be honest, though. I don't give a fuck what you're talking about. My baby got slapped.
Well, yeah. I said that from
the most friendship
anyway.
I could offer you is I'm letting you know that I will no longer be inviting you.
Right.
Because me, blocked.
I wouldn't block her, but I definitely wouldn't invite her no more. I would tell her.
I just feel like there's just so much more missing. Like, I'm prepared for the other mom to get up on Threads and then tell her version of the story. It's gonna happen in like a week or two.
I just reading it. I was like, I feel bad for the children. I feel awful for the baby. I feel bad for the mom who I believe was trying to do the right thing. Like, oh, y'all don't get out much. Now your baby slapped up. And just reading the story from the perspective that minimalizes the effect on all these other people. It's just like, but you sent me a text message. I just don't think it helps. And if her response is, I explained to my child, but he looks like he doesn't know what that means. If you cannot explain to him why you can't hit somebody else, never mind a 10-month-old baby, that needs to be part of the decision-making process and the invites that you accept.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it's not even what about him? It's what about me?
What about the kids he gonna be around?
Not even, how's your baby? That was probably a hard message to send, too. Yeah, girl.
Yeah, I just feel like it's a whole lot missing from that whole situation.
This is the whole thread. I don't know this lady from a can of paint.
That's what I'm saying. When people are telling, that's why we always say it's his side, her side, and then the truth. And we only got one side of the story. All we can do is her son was wrong. We know that, but he does not comprehend that at all.
Yeah, I completely understand how this happened.
I just feel like, where the fuck were the parents, bro? If you know that like we said earlier, if your child has issues with keeping their hands to themselves, how did that child get so close to that 10-month-old? And where was the other parent?
Of the 10-month-old? Probably with the birthday kid.
But I wouldn't leave my 10-month-old unattended with a bunch of older kids running around.
But it sounds like she was right there. You would think maybe she would.
It probably happened so quick. I don't know. But that's the thing. We don't really know.
Yeah. Because I'm a mom of a 6-year-old that donkey kicked this white kid in his chest because he wouldn't leave her alone in the jungle gym. I get a phone call, and the kid, they wouldn't let me talk to the parent, and the boy was bullying her at school. I'm not about to discipline my child for that.
Yeah. And her response to most people is he's nonverbal and in diapers, but go off.
I think it's dismissive because people are not aware of what that looks like.
I just feel like you shouldn't be using your son's name and telling his business like this. The more that I look at it, like I'm making the choice not to put the child's name out there.
Right.
Like, and someone asked, what kind of steps did you take to assure the other parent that it would never happen again and that your child's next interaction wouldn't actually escalate to more violent behavior? She said, there's really no telling if it would because it definitely could. So I respect her decision. What I don't respect is how she communicated it to me.
Well, at the end of the day, she did it how she did it. I mean, you can't force somebody to.
No guarantees he won't go up a level next time. So
there's no next time. Moving on.
Yeah, so then
You
to me,
just
you
gotta,
should have expected the text message. Like, you
Or I
knew what
think-
that was going to say when her name popped up. He slapped you, baby.
You know, parenting is hard.
Yeah.
My heart goes out to everybody in that situation. That's all I can say.
Could have blinded that baby or something.
Now the baby got a titty on his head.
Yeah. And you talking about, don't text me.
Oh, wait.
Man, I mean, like I still get it though. Like, it's certain conversations I really, really desperately try not to have via text message.
And she said you could keep the Crocs.
Nah,
I
she's
think
being
that
an
was the
asshole.
part you would have got grabbed by the neck.
Yeah.
You know what? Actually, we should meet in person.
You could keep the Crocs, bitch. Nobody want these damn Crocs.
I had to take my son barefoot to the car. Yeah, because you had to rush him out of here because he slapped my 10-month-old in the head. The real message about that is about being self-centered.
Yeah,
That's a good message.
I still think that she needs therapy.
I feel bad for the son, and I hope that he's getting all of the services that he needs, and that he can find places where he can be safe and have fun.
Right.
Right. That's her responsibility. That's what she needs to be doing. Not trying
Ignore text messages.
But
Man.
I have advice from Umar.
Woo!
Oh, shucks now.
Hold on. Why my phone always do this dumb shit?
That means a new iPhone coming out.
Yeah, that is what I mean.
How dare you send me a picture of your Cinnabons in that beautiful purple phone? I need you to stay focused right now. This ain't the time for Cinnabons.
Sundress season is upon us.
The advice from that is like, you know, sometimes you just gotta take time out for yourself and not fuck with nobody, you know. Just like be on your isolation dolo shit. Not like in a depressing way, but just like you gotta get your mind right, you know, lock in, like what's funny?
Why did he
It's just
describe
Dr.
the
Umar,
thong?
like,
I don't know, man. This nigga be talking about Cinnabons and I don't know what the fuck. But what I got from that is like, don't even be worrying about people right now.
That's a good message.
yo, that's hilarious. Now I'm like running through with all the different things that Dr. Umar has said.
I can't even say he's an icon because most of the times he's
A menace.
yeah. But it's like a
He's
broken
gotten
clock.
better, yeah.
Right, twice a day.
Last semester, that college tour he went on, hilarious.
I appreciate him saying, thanks
Black
for the
Queens
$10. Next
forever.
time, make it 20.
Small
wait.
bunnies never. That shit was hilarious.
Yeah.
Listen, it was. Well, thank you for joining us. Tell the people where they can find you.
Yes, y'all can find me on TikTok, Polo Delta Diva. You can also find me on TikTok, In Black Love We Trust. The card game is available in the TikTok shop.
It'll be in the description.
Yes, definitely. It's a good game. Y'all should definitely, clean me out.
Yes, do that instead of fighting at the gas station, the BP down here. I'm sick of it.
The real ghetto.
Every time I get a little warm outside, y'all get to fussing at that gas station. I'm trying to get $20 of gas and a Monster Energy drink. I got stuff to do.
Niggas gotta stop cheating.
It's crazy. Well, this has been another episode of Let Me Stay Focused, the podcast. Don't be a hating ass bitch during the break, and we'll see you next week.
Peace.
Bye. Another episode of Let Me Stay Focused. Don't be a hating ass bitch during the break.
Peace.
Bye.